Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel finally, and welcome if you are new here, and welcome to everybody who has subscribed while I've been away. My hair's doing weird stuff again this morning. So I thought it was time for me to come back finally and just let you guys know what's been going on and why I've been away for so long and where I'm going next with everything, because I'm going to be going in a completely new direction with a new channel, and I hope most of you will come with me, but I will still be posting the occasional mystery or weird little event that goes on in the world on this channel. So get comfy, grab a drink or a snack. It may be a little bit long, just so I can let you guys know everything. And yeah, it's nice to be back. It's lovely to be talking to you all again. It's very hot here in Australia at the moment. We have some weird heat wave thing going on, and it's only just spring. Anyway, we shall push through. As you can see, I'm in a new spot because I wanted to be somewhere light and airy. So I'm in my living room, which is also my watercolor studio. So that might give you a hint that I am back doing art, and I'm doing art full time now. And that's what I wanted to start with on YouTube in the first place. But at that time, when I first started this channel, I didn't realize that, yeah, you're going to have to sit here for like a year and talk to yourself. And I got a little impatient with trying to get subscribers and such. And a friend suggested, well, why don't you go a different way and do true crime instead? It's really popular. So I did that, as you guys know, for a long time, but that started to take a toll on me after a while, and the paranormal stuff was just getting a little bit too freaky for my liking. I had a few things go wrong on a couple of videos, just really weird stuff that I had no explanation for. But that isn't why I haven't been here. So in the last 18 to 12 months, from the beginning of 2024 up until pretty much right now, I have been going through it, and to say I've been going through it's probably an oversimplification. So where it all began was my aunt died in 2024. She'd been really sick for a long time, and my uncle had kind of more or less paused his life to take care of her. And they were my only aunt and uncle that I have on the Australian side of the family, and they were like another set of parents, and they really meant a lot to me. So she passed away. It wasn't exactly a peaceful, nice passing for her. It was quite traumatic, especially for one of my cousins. So that was a little hard to deal with. And it wasn't too long after that we found out that my uncle was sick. And we had plans that we were going to make with him to do things with him and keep his spirits up and brighten his day as much as we could, whenever we could, after everything that had happened. But we then found out that he had been diagnosed with a spot on his lung which spread to his brain. There was brain surgery involved. There was several hospital stays involved. It was very up and down. One day we were being told he was going to be okay, and then it was, oh, he's got 4 months, and then, oh, we're going to do this and he's going to be okay. But in the end, it wasn't okay. So basically what happened prior to that, in between my aunt passing, is we lost one of our cousins. She died very unexpectedly. In the week before my uncle passed in July, one of my best friends also died, and that was extremely unexpected. She was only the same age as me, and she looked relatively strong and healthy, and she was here one day and gone the next. So I was trying to deal with that, and then my uncle died a week later. So that was a lot of death very, very close to each other. And it was a lot for me to deal with, because growing up I didn't have a great relationship with my own dad. He had mental health problems. He was also an alcoholic. He was also quite violent. So it was hard for me to have much of a relationship with my dad. And my dad actually died in 2009. So he's been gone for a long time. And as he always did the whole time I was growing up, if my dad wasn't there, my uncle would step in, and he always did. He was always there for me. So was my auntie. You know, like I said, they were like another set of parents. So having them both pass and seeing what it put my cousins through, It was really hard, and it hit me really hard. So we had that to deal with, and it's awful. Like, I've had family members die, but I'm pretty calm about talking about that. But the next one I have to tell you about is harder because you guys all knew him. So about a month after my uncle died, we lost Mr. Louis. And he died 3 days before my birthday. As most of you know who were with me for a long time, he had thyroid disease. He was 17 when he died, and we got to the point where the medication just didn't work anymore. He was very, very sick. The week before he passed, he was very up and down. He had a couple of days he couldn't walk so well, and we didn't know what was going on with that. And then he kind of came good, and I thought, oh, okay, I'm panicking over nothing. But he was okay, like, for a week, and then he went off his legs again. He couldn't walk. And I'd done a lot of research into elderly cats because he was getting older, and it said when they can't walk and they're getting wobbly, it's the kidneys are beginning to shut down, and it can be quite a painful death if you don't intervene. So we had to make the heartbreaking decision to take him to the vet and to humanely end his suffering. And after everything else, that just about tore me apart. So I haven't been myself for a while because of all of this. Well, the last thing I was thinking about was making YouTube videos after all of this. There was a lot of other things going on around my uncle. It's just too much to talk about, and I don't want to bring the mood of this channel down with anything or too much negativity, but that's why I haven't been around. It's been a really hard year. My mum also hasn't been very well. She's got some weird autoimmune illness going on, and we've been trying to figure out what's wrong with her because we don't want to lose mum. So it's been a lot. And one thing I do have to be really grateful for is my friends at KVC Gallery, and Kane made me this pendant. I don't know if you can see it that great. Let's see if I can get up on it a little bit closer. This has Sabi's fur inside it, and some flowers and some Vivianite crystal, which is a crystal that actually grows on dead things, but it has a really gentle energy which matched Sabi's energy. So I had Kane make this beautiful pendant for me, which I'm so grateful for, and I'm only going to be taking it off if I go for a swim or a shower. And he sort of placed Mr. Louis, or Sabi was his actual name, his fur in the pendant, so it sits right where my heart is. So I feel very grateful to have that, and to have a friend that takes such care and who actually does make memorial pendants for people. So that's what's been going on. And then the other thing I've kind of been thinking about a lot is that I was getting a little bit tired of true crime. Like, it's like you see us present the videos, but the research can be pretty awful and really confronting. And you see crime scene photos and things, and you hear about things that are done to animals, small children, elderly people, and it's kind of not the direction I want to go in anymore. So I'm going to focus on what's coming next, because it's a lot more positive than this year that we've had. And like they've said, after you've experienced a lot of grief, you come back to yourself differently. And I feel like I've come back to myself differently. I'm not the same as I was before everything happened, but it's not in a bad way. It's in a way of me realizing that I want to go in a different direction with my life following all this, and it's to help honour the people and the pets that have passed. So I'm going back to what I love, which is art. And when I started this channel, I was trying to do art. I also love anything vintage, anything from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and the 80s. Even though I'm from the 80s, I'm vintage. It's still vintage, even if it's from the 80s. So that's the kind of things that I love. And I love thrifting, especially for vintage pieces or vintage look pieces. I also have to admit, yeah, I kind of like Temu as well. Don't judge. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm opening a new YouTube channel, and what it used to be was the vlog channel. I was trying to have a vlog channel because I thought I'd be traveling and having interesting things to vlog, but with all the family stuff going on, that just didn't happen, especially with Mr. Louis being so sick. I had to be here to administer thyroid medication to him at the same time every day for the last 12 months. So I mean, my husband probably could have done it, but the cat was a little bit closer to me than it was to him. So I just didn't feel right about going away. I was always scared something might happen if I wasn't here. So the vlog channel kind of died. So I thought, well, I have this sitting there. So what I'm doing is I'm rebranding the vlog channel, and it's going to be in conjunction with a new venture that I'm creating called Bohemian Dreamer. And I love all things Bohemian, I always have, and that's what I want to get into now. This channel will be staying open, and I'm still going to be posting on here probably fairly regularly because I do still like a good ghost story or a mystery, but the main thing I want to focus on now is my art, vintage, and sort of like finding pieces that we can upcycle and have some fun with. So if you're ever out and you're thrifting yourself and you find something that's not completely right and you're like, I really like this, but could I fix this? You know, is there a way to fix it? That kind of thing. And I will be dropping collections for my web boutique called Bohemian Dreamer, which will be found on my Square site. I'll have everything linked below, and when the videos go up on the new channel, everything will be linked below there too. There's going to be newsletters. There's going to be a lot of fun stuff. So I hope most of you guys might follow me over there, or if you have friends that might be more interested in that than all the true crime and grisly scary stuff on this channel, maybe you'd like to direct them. But I hope you guys will come with me because it's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, I could have rebranded this channel, but I think that might be frowned upon a little bit with YouTube. They kind of like you to stick to one genre per channel, which I can understand. And I just thought it would be a little bit confusing because I've already renamed this channel Andrea.M.Mysteries. And I'm still going to be posting mystery content because it's fun too, like fun mystery content. So I want to get back to that, but not as seriously as I was. So that's going to become the main channel over there, and this one's going to be the secondary one. But if you guys want to come over there with me, I'll link everything below, and I'd love you to come. So the things I'm going to be doing over there, I'm going to do thrift hauls, I'm going to do some art, I'm going to do my collections when I have new collections each week for the e-boutique, which will be launching on November 1st because I thought that would be a great date. It's also right in the middle of our Jacaranda Festival here in the Clarence Valley, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. So I'm just going to give you guys a taste today of what's going to be coming on the new channel and all the great stuff you can buy from my boutique and my Square site. There are a few things on my Square site already, and if I do paintings and things on the channel, you'll be able to purchase them or a collectible postcard of the painting also from the web shop. So going in a slightly new direction. I don't want to leave YouTube altogether because I do love YouTube, but yeah, this year I had to take a break, and I was also extremely depressed, especially when my uncle died, and then when Mr. Louis went, it just tore me to pieces. And I didn't want to be on here crying and losing myself and sending out that kind of negative energy to you guys. I wanted to wait until I was feeling more back to myself and I could be a little more upbeat and positive. So there's been a lot of positive things happening that have come out of this terrible year. You can't have bad without good. You can't have good without bad. So death is a release for people and animals that are suffering, and my uncle was so sick. He also couldn't walk by the end, and it was just heartbreaking to watch his decline. So we have to remember that death is a release and it's not the end. I've seen my uncle in dreams. He has my cat with him. I've seen Mr. Louis several times in lovely dream visitations, and yeah, anybody who visits me in a dream, they're young, they're healthy, and they're free. So that's a nice thing to focus on. I don't know if it's just a dream thing where you're hoping that's what's happened. It does really feel like they're visiting though, so it's a comfort anyway. But yeah, you have to remember death is a release for people who are sick or animals that are sick, and you wouldn't want to keep them suffering just because you don't want them to not be here. So you look at the positives that come out of these things, and what came out of it was me really wanting to get back to who I am. I am an artist first. I've always been an artist, and that's really what I want to start sharing with you guys. So I'm just going to give you a little taste, a teaser of what we're going to be doing over there. So I've got a small thrift haul from yesterday, which I'm going to share with you now. And I have a surprise for you at the end. We have a new family member. And you're going to want to meet this guy, trust me. He's amazing. All right, so what we have yesterday, and oh my God, like we had the coldest winter. It was really cold here. I actually ended up buying a Penny Lane coat from Tree of Life. Oh, I should do a Tree of Life haul over on the new channel for you guys too. Tree of Life Australia, they have the most beautiful Bohemian fashion and they have amazing sales. So I actually ended up buying one of their really warm coats. It got so cold here this winter. We had maybe a 2-week pause where it was like nice in between weather, and then smack, we got blasted with hot. Like we're having over 35 degrees Celsius days already, and it's only October. The jacaranda trees are all popping out now. The festival isn't until the end of the month, so I'm hoping we've still got some trees left at the end of the month. There's big storms forecast tomorrow, so yeah, it's hot. So we didn't have a lot of stamina to go to a lot of the thrift shops here yesterday, but we did get to the Salvation Army, so I'll show you our little haul. Now, I love thrifting with Mum because she's always on the lookout for things that I love. And the salvos here are so cool. Look, they put the jewellery in these cute little bags, and these are only $2 each. So we've got some earrings. These are natural Powie shell earrings because we love anything a bit natural, and, you know, they've sort of got that 90s retro look about them. So we have that. And if you love boho, you're going to like what I'm going to be sharing with you guys with all the new that's coming. And then we have these. Absolutely gorgeous. So, and also I'm going to be thrifting things that I think you guys will like. This one's just a quick little thrift haul of stuff that I'm keeping for myself. But I have got so much for the shop that's going to be for you guys if you'd like to buy it. And the prices are going to be fair as well, because people are struggling a lot with money and stuff at the moment too. There's a crisis going on in the world. So I'm going to keep things affordable, and that includes my art. So if you see something you like, it's all going to be affordable, and I do have Afterpay on my site. So that's an option as well if you see something that you would like. And then I found this. It's a lovely little crocheted top. And it's by a really good boho brand, Isabella. And Isabella's stuff is like usually really expensive. If you go to the TAFE market, there's a lady that usually has Isabella with her. And they're usually quite pricey, but very good quality. So if you can find something like that in a thrift store, that's a big deal. Next thing was kind of a bit of a giggle, but I just really liked the colours in it. You probably see that a lot more. Oh, you've probably seen it anyway. I am pretty colourful, but I think this just came from like Temu or Shein or somewhere, but it's a cute cardigan that I want to put away for next autumn. And it's just really pretty colours. And I think it's one of their bigger sizes because it goes right down nearly to my ankles. So that'll be cool for next autumn. And I'm already missing autumn. Like, I'm more of an autumn girl than a summer or a spring. So yeah, I'm still putting things away for next autumn when it gets cool over here, which is around about April. And then I found this. Now, it's not vintage, but it's close to vintage. It's got a vintage look about it. And the 70s are really coming back in the new year into 25, 26, coming towards the new year. So I found this, and it still has the price tag on it. I believe it's covered with 2 different price tags. It came from Kmart, which we all have Kmart anyway. And I think, try and get this. It's got the sale sticker on it. So it went down to sale for $15. And I think, I believe that's a 30 under there. So paisley and all that kind of thing is very much coming back, probably more so for next autumn than summer here. But I got this, and it's a really cute baby doll style dress, which was very popular in the 60s and the 70s. And I got it for $5 at Salvation Army. So that was my wee thrift haul from yesterday. Sometimes you come home with a truckload, sometimes you come home with not very much. And I didn't have a lot of money on me yesterday because I've been buying a lot of art supplies, and I needed to pay some money to my lovely friend for this beautiful pendant. So yeah, I had to be a little careful with money yesterday. And then I've got a wee Temu haul. Oh, hang on. Oh, okay. I forgot what I was doing for a minute. Excuse me. I've got a wee Temu haul, and then I'm going to show you a couple of other things which sort of go with one of the things I got from Temu. So when I do Temu hauls with you guys, I'm going to keep it to vintage look stuff and art supplies. So that's what we've got today. I've only got a couple of things because you can only have so much room for the stuff as well. But as I've mentioned, I love the Penny Lane look for a lot of my clothes. I love to go very boho. So in the summer, there's a lot of flowy dresses, little crocheted things like that. And in the winter time, I have towels hanging up on my veranda. It's getting windy here, and they're just going sailing along. So that's why I'm distracted. My husband's also home too, so he's walking around and doing things outside before it gets too hot. So he's very handsome, so he's a bit distracting as well. So I got this from Temu. It's a rusty dusty vest, and this is for next autumn. And I like to go very Penny Lane, very like the Almost Famous look, very 60s, 70s with my winter clothes. So I'm going to be doing styling and all sorts of fun stuff on the new channel, which I hope you guys will really enjoy. There'll probably be more of you girls that come over there, but yeah, there'll be a little something for everyone because it's going to be art too. And I may even find some men's clothes to thrift or whatever. But I got this from Temu. It's very, very cute. I should have remembered the price. I think it was about $25. $23 to $25, and it's one of their better brands, and I believe Shein has the same one, Rusty Dusty brand. And it's actually really well made. It's a nice brocade little vest. It's not like fur lined, but because I live in Australia and it doesn't snow here or anything like that, these are actually a really good sort of a weight for our climate. So if you're looking for things like this that aren't too heavy, Temu and Shein are a good place for that. So it's a really pretty little vest. I think it was around $23, $25. So then when I've been thrifting, I also like to get purses and things. And this is a little thrift haul from a couple of weeks ago. And it sort of goes with the next thing that I got from Temu. So I thrifted this purse because I thought when I first saw it that it was a proper 1970s one. It's not. I'm not really sure where this came from. Probably quality's not bad. It's not, I don't think it's leather. Or if it's leather, it's got some weird coating on it. But anyway, I got this little one home and they put the price tag here. See that? They put the price tag right here. There's a bit of a scratch here as well, and she's looking a little worse for wear. But when you open her up, she's not bad. So I didn't want to just, and like the back probably needs a little freshen up as well. But other than that, it's actually a really, really nice little wallet. So I thought, how can I fix that? Because as you guys probably know as well, if you've been with me for a long time, I do a lot of fabric painting, and we'll do some of that as well. I'll show you guys how to dress up a jacket or a pair of jeans. It's going to be really fun. I'm just going to pause. My husband's just coming in. He could do YouTube. You ought to see some of the stuff he makes. Or I should maybe put some of his stuff on the new channel. So you can see what he makes. He makes some really great stuff. He's very clever too. So I thought, how could I fix this? Because I thought ordinary fabric paint might not work. So I researched it, and you can actually fix up leather or pleather, like any vinyl-y type texture with leather paint. So what I'm going to do, and I'm going to have it as like a little fun, let's zhuzh up this purse video. I'm sure we've all had that, or you might have a purse at home that you really love that's scratched, or just needs a little bit of help. So what I got was this, also from Temu. I think it was like $30 maybe. It is acrylic paint, but it's special paint for leather or pleather or vinyl, whatever it is. But that's the proper paint that you use, that you can do a DIY on something like this. So we're going to be making a video about how we fix this up and have a little bit of fun with that. And also, another thing I got while I was thrifting that I thought would also be fun to do up, this baby. It's 1970s, maybe 1980s. It's really hard to pin these down because there was such a lot of them made. And I have got one that's actually in perfect condition in my bedroom, but pardon me, that I really love and is in great condition. So I actually got this one from I keep burping, what the hell? From our Westpac helicopter op shop. And they have some amazing stuff in there, and that's where I find a lot of my vintage stuff. So if you have a helicopter op shop near you here in Australia, check them out because they have some really great stuff. So they had this, and she cost me $7. And she's not in bad condition, but as you can see, the top is looking a little bit scratched. She's been through it. And it is very, very, very dark. So I am thinking about maybe reworking this as well. And I'm going to do a video about that. We're going to give it a sand and see like if it's actual like proper wood grain or whatever underneath. And then if it comes up nice after a sand, I may even just leave it like this. Otherwise, I was thinking maybe of giving it a whitewash and doing like a French provincial style with it. So not 100% of what we're going to do with this baby yet, but these are the classic, really cool things you can find if you're thrifting. So that was fun. So other things that I'd like to do also is how to do up a photo frame that you found. And I found this one while I was thrifting. It doesn't have any glass in it, but it's still okay. And what I have in here is actually a postcard that I designed myself. And I do have a few of these will be going up for sale on the website. And I have some that I also got from Temu. Can't remember the price on these, but I will be ordering more. So when I order more, I'll let you know the price on these. So they come just as a raw little photo frame, and then you can do them up. So I painted this one white, and I've made the flowers out of polymer clay, baked them in the oven, and just painted them up and put them on the frame. And that's another one of my postcards. So these are the things that I've kind of been doing, trying to bring myself back out of this grief cycle and concentrate on art and positive things. So I'm going to include some videos on how to do photo frames up for yourself. If you don't want to do them for yourself, you can just buy mine, and they're not very expensive. So they come with your, some of them come with the postcards in them, or you can, I think I might even have them so you can buy them separate and then buy the postcard that you would like to put in them. So there's a lot of that going on at the moment. I've also signed up with the good people over at the Milan Art Institute for their free prep course, as I can't afford their mastery course yet, but I did one of their free classes this morning for watercolour, and it was a lot of fun with the lovely Alana. So I'm going to give them a massive shout out. If you love art, you just, even if you don't really want to do your own art, but you like to watch other people, or just want some really nice people to just relax with a coffee and watch what they're doing, yeah, head on over to Milan Art because they're amazing. And yeah, if you want to do some art, you might learn some stuff. I'll share things that I've learned while I'm doing my own paintings and stuff on here. So that's what's coming. Is going to be a beautiful e-boutique called Bohemian Dreamer. There's going to be my art stuff for sale. And then we're going to have some fun thrift hauls and things like that. So I will still be doing a few mystery videos for you guys who love that. I'm not going to just love you and leave you, but I'm going to mainly be focusing on my art. So that's what's coming up. Just thought I'd jump on here really quick and just let everybody know. And yeah, the surprise at the end. I'm going to go and see if I can find our new family member and get him on camera for you, because you're going to want to meet this dude. He's very cool. New family member. This is Felix J. Hey, hello to everybody, darling. I don't know how he's feeling about being on camera. He's probably going to go in a minute, but this is Felix. And he is our baby we adopted after we lost our Sabi Lou, or as you guys knew him, Mr. Louie. He wants to go. You want to go? You're going to sit there. So yeah, we adopted him, didn't buy him. We adopted this boy from the same shelter that we got Mr. Louie from 17 years ago. Fortunately for us, the lovely lady who runs it is still up and running. And we went out there probably a week after Louie died. And I know a lot of you are probably going to think that's really soon after a pet dies. Well, when I adopted Mr. Louie, my old cat had died the day before, and that destroyed me as well. And 24 hours without a cat was killing me, so I went the next day and adopted Sabi. So we did wait a week in between Sabi's passing. The first cat we had, we loved him to death, but he was kind of horrible. He was the kind of cat who used to like beating us up and he'd ambush us, and he used to climb me. Like, he would climb my leg, and he would then, when he got to like here, he would climb my leg and he'd go up my hip, and then he'd get onto my arm and he'd kick all the way up. So especially if you wouldn't share food with him, he was very food oriented. So we loved him and it destroyed me, but he was kind of a little bit harder, like a little bit easier to get over than Louie was. So I was like, yeah, I'm ready to just go get a new cat straight away. But Louie was different. He was always really sweet. He didn't have a nasty bone in his body. He wasn't a scratchy, bitey cat. He just wanted cuddles all the time. And he had the most beautiful personality. So I did feel like I needed to wait. And while I was waiting to get him, I was talking to him and I was asking him, you know, when we go back to Happy Paws Haven to adopt one of your brothers or sisters, please guide me to the right cat. And when we go to adopt a pet, we always let the pet choose us. We don't choose the pet. And the strange thing is I've always had ginger cats, apart from when I was in high school, and they were mostly the tuxedo variety, as you saw briefly that Felix J is. So I kept getting the weird feeling it wasn't going to be a ginger cat this time. I did think it was going to be another boy though. So we waited a week because my husband needed to be freed up so he could drive, and Mum wanted to come too because she was with me when I got Sabi Lou. So we went there, and Sally remembered us from before. She remembered Sabi, like she remembered everything. And we had a look around. I went in and I met some of the ginger cats, but none of them were gelling with me, and they wasn't getting that you're the one feeling like I did with Sabi. It was just instantaneous. So then we go into a room she had there that had cats that were slightly older. So Felix is already 5 years old. He's been waiting a long time for a family. And I don't think he had a very good beginning, because I have to wait till he goes in to take a nap if I want to sweep the floor, because he's very frightened of the broom. So I think he's had like an abusive beginning. I'm not sure on that, but it just seems it might be that way. So she took us in and we were looking at the gingers. My husband had a ginger on one side and a grey cat on the other that was sort of cuddling up to him. but I kept feeling this little bump on my ankles, and I sort of looked down, and there's this little black and white cat. Anyway, he was sort of really trying to get my attention, like, hey, down here. And I'm like looking at the gingers, and I'm like, look down at that cat that's down there. And Sally said, he's been following you around since you walked in. And I was like, right. And I've looked down at this gorgeous little face with these beautiful eyes, and I thought, oh, okay, I think it might be you. And I said to Sally, can I pick him up? She said, ask him. And I said, oh, can I pick you up? He's making noises on the floor. He's at my feet right now. So I said, can I pick you up? And the cat, yes, like a little burp noise. And I picked him up, and he just cuddled into me. And I was like, okay, this is the one. And we brought him home. Seamless entry into our home. He did have a few times he wanted to just hide under the bed, but the first night he was here, he was, you know, straight up on the bed, cuddling up. And he's been amazing. He's been a really amazing little cat. It took Mr. Louis probably 2 months to settle in. When we got him, he was very nervous. But this little guy, even though he didn't have the best beginning, he just felt at ease with us straight away. So that was really nice for me. When Louis passed, I hadn't had no sleep the night before, as I just wanted to sit up and cuddle him all night because I knew what was coming. Like, when you know, you know. If you're an animal lover or you've got pets, or you've had pets your whole life, you know when they're ready to leave you. So I just wanted to cuddle him all night, and I was kind of checking to see if he was still breathing and things like that. So I'd had no sleep, and I tried to, after everything was over, I tried to come home and sleep, and I couldn't because I didn't have that little warm friend to cuddle up with. And I had a couple of nights that I couldn't settle. So when this little guy came home, and he was like, oh, you know, I'm just going to get straight up on the bed with you. That was the best for me because it was just so hard. Like, if you really love your pets and you let them sleep with you and things like that, you'll understand what I'm talking about. So he's been very healing and just good for us both since we lost Louis, because Louis was a big part of our lives. He used to sit up and he'd watch YouTube videos with my husband. You know, he'd come in and cuddle with me. He was with us all the time. So to have a little cat that's just come so seamlessly into the family after all of that was a real blessing, and I'm just forever grateful. So if you're ever looking, you know, you're in the local area of the Clarence Valley and you're looking for a non-profit sort of a place to either lend your time to or donate some money to, Happy Paws Haven is a really good charity because she does everything she can for the animals. It's a no-kill shelter, so if they don't get adopted, they stay there. Like I said, Felix is 5 years old and he was at Happy Paws for a while. He's also a very healthy 5-year-old. He's doing really well. He's had all his vet checks and everything done for this year. And yeah, he came home. That first night I was worried, you know, is he going to eat? Is he going to drink okay? Sally told us exactly what food to get him and everything. He was straight into his food. So it's been a really lovely experience adopting him. So, you know, out of the tragedy of losing our little Louis and all that, we have had this lovely experience with Felix. So I think that's everything that's been going on and everything that's coming up. If you're in the local area, we have a lot coming up for Jacaranda. I'm going to be on the buskers bench outside House Fan Chaos on Saturday. And what we do with the buskers bench is during the week of a Tuesday, we have musicians, and then usually of a Saturday, they try to have an artist on the bench, and you can come and buy stuff from us. You can come by and say hello. So I'm going to be doing that from 8:30 till around 11 o'clock, depending on how hot it's going to get. It's scheduled a lovely temperature of 37 degrees Celsius on that day. So, and I get really sick if I get too hot. So it's going to depend on how I'm feeling, of, you know, how long I'm there. But I'm going to be there doing some watercolour painting. And then we have Culture in the Clarence coming up the following Sunday, the 19th, I believe it is. And I'm going to be there busking for that as well, selling my paintings and my jackets and all that good stuff. So that's everything I needed to get you guys caught up with. Sorry I was away for so long, but if you've been through it yourself and you've had a lot of events happen, that weren't of such a happy nature, you will understand why I just needed to take some time. So new channel will be up and running on the 1st of November as well. I'm going to start getting my videos and things ready for that over the next few weeks, including the first collection that will be available for anybody to buy on Bohemian Dreamer on my Square site. So the Square site is Andrea.M.Artistry, as it's always been. I've started all that up again and I'm so excited. And there will be the Bohemian Dreamer e-boutique will be on that site. So you'll be able to find everything you need right there. So thanks guys again. Might even see if I can get like a spooky story video done for you guys in the next week, because it is spooky season and everybody knows how much I love Halloween. So thanks guys for sticking with me. I'm sorry I was gone for so long, but it was kind of necessary. Anyway, I hope you all have a beautiful, beautiful weekend coming up. As I said, it's Thursday here in Australia, so the weekends are coming. And I'll see you all again very soon on either this channel or the U channel. So please pop over there and subscribe, and I will see you all really soon. Bye guys.